Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And you see the trailer behind me. Today I'm going to bring you guys a special video. This will be more behind the scenes type stuff. I've had quite a few people in the last 6 to 12 months ask me about what it's like to be a vendor at a show. And it's different. It's if you're a typical spectator or a show participant with your trucks, and maybe you want to start a brand, or you're curious what a show is like in the eyes of a vendor, it's different than obviously bringing your truck there and just showing out and stuff. So I'm gonna do this as a two-part series because right now we're on the way to Denton, North Carolina. We're going to C10 Fall Revival. So I'll do our standard YouTube recap that just shows the show itself from the eyes of a spectator, all the awesome rides, the trucks, the people, the vendors, everything cool that's going on in the event, what you guys typically see if you were just walking around at a show or bringing your truck to a show. But I'm also going to show you guys what it's like as a vendor and what it takes. And if you guys are curious about starting your own brand or vending at shows and stuff like that, don't miss this video. Check it out. I'll show you guys how much work it actually is and what it takes to be a vendor, what it's like, the pros, the cons, all that stuff. We'll do a little review of C10 Revival. I know it's going to be a really good show. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy more of the behind the scenes feel to it. So let me know if you guys have any more questions or anything like that about it. I'm new to vending myself, about a year and a half into it or so. So I learn something new every single show that I go to, and every show is different for the most part. There's a few things that are the same, but stuff is always different. And yeah, let's go to C10 Revival. Almost made it. So that ended up taking about 5.5 hours to get here. We're 5 minutes out from the show right now, and vendor setup day, we made it pretty much right at the time window. They're giving us a window of 2 to 6 p.m. for smaller vendors to set up. So yeah, now what's going to happen is we're going to go check in at the gate or booth, whatever they have set up there. We'll get our wristbands, and they'll let us bring our truck and trailer in, show us where our vendor spot's at, and we'll get parked. So today we'll unload the C10 out of the back. I'll set up the 10 tables. Merch won't get set up because I can't leave that overnight, and then pretty much go hang out at the hotel for the rest of the night, relax a little bit, and then we're gonna have to show up probably an hour or two early tomorrow morning before the show starts so we can set all the merch out. That's the only thing that kind of is a pain sometimes, is you have to take the merch down and put it back out each day if you're not vending directly out of a trailer, since I'm on a tent setup. That's the most difficult part, but if you're vending out of a trailer, it's easy because you can just close up the windows and be done. But let's go set up this booth and get everything done for the day. Alright, so we finally just got tent set up and everything. You guys can see truck, tent, we're all good. That took about 2 hours. Just setting up grid walls, tent, chairs, tables, all that good stuff. So they got us a pretty good spot right across from Slosh Tubs and New Creations. But that's it for vendor setup today. The last thing that we have to do is come in tomorrow morning about an hour or two before the show starts. We'll set up merch and get ready for spectator gates and vehicle registration gates to open and stuff. But that's pretty much it. Vendor setup is usually pretty simple. They just usher you right in and show you your spot, dump all your stuff. I already dumped my trailer over in trailer park and unloaded everything, and we're good to go. So we're gonna show back up here tomorrow morning and set this booth up. All right, so we're finally all set up as a vendor here. It's 9:30, show opened at 9. This gate has been crazy, which is nice because there's just now people starting to walk around, but I'll show you guys the booth real quick. So we got everything all set up. Took about an hour and a half. And now we pretty much just hang out in the booth all day. There'll be spectators walking around here, and we're gonna sit here and sell hats and t-shirts all day. The hard part's over, setup is done. Now we get to just chill and talk to people and hang out. So hopefully we have a good show. It is a lot of work, it's long days. Bathroom breaks and food are hard to get, but that's the life of a vendor. But you guys can kind of see we got here about 2 hours before they opened up the gates to everybody. So as a vendor, you're here early, and you're definitely here later than everybody. So it's a lot of work for the day, but it's super fun, it's rewarding, and you get to meet a lot of cool people. it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that, but halfway through the first day. All is good so far as a vendor. Like I said, it gets really busy. Luckily, my homie came through to help me get food. That's one of the hardest parts as a vendor, especially if you're by yourself, is being able to walk away from your booth and either go to the bathroom, go get food, or even walk around and enjoy the show or see anything. But Shelby, I love you. Shout out to you. You are an angel. Every time I see her at shows, she's awesome. She always hooks me up and goes and gets me food and stuff. So she's going to a food truck right now for me to save me so I can actually eat some food today. So I think that's the hardest part about being a vendor if you don't have any help. But that's pretty much it. We've sold a lot of the merch. You guys see that's pretty much all we got left for t-shirts and hoodies. Got some hats and stuff down there, and we still got a day and a half left of doing this. So we'll keep rolling and see how we do. All right, that's a wrap for day one. Good day, actually, like way better sales than I thought during opening day, setup day kind of thing or whatever. So that's always hit or miss. You never really know what you're gonna do. We sold a bunch of stuff. We sold out of a lot of stuff. Tomorrow's the busy day, which is nice because we're limited on sizes and all that. But so you guys can kind of see around me right here, foot traffic has pretty much died down. So as a vendor, I kind of use that as my cue to start slow packing stuff up. Technically the show's open until 9, it's only 6 right now. So I'll start slow packing everything up, box everything up, and then head back to the Airbnb and then come back here tomorrow for the big show. And the big show runs until like 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then we'll pack everything up and hit the road. But like I said, vending is hard work, it's long days. Luckily I have really good friends that help bring me food or let me get out of the booth to go to the bathroom and stuff. But if you are wanting to start a brand, I definitely say go for it. It's like, you might lose some, you might win some, you might break even on some, but you never know until you try. I love it. I think it's a good time. It can be frustrating. It can also bring lots of happiness as well too. So if you're contemplating doing it, do it and just learn the game. Talk to other vendors. Like, honestly, there's a lot of like really big vendors here that I look up to and admire that I want my brand to be as big as theirs. And I go talk to them and they give me advice and they tell me what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, and they will encourage you. Not all of them will, but a good majority of them will help you because they were in your shoes one day, probably 10 years ago or 15 years ago. But yeah, that's it for day one, and we're gonna go on to day 2. All right, it is officially day 2, main show day, all set up, ready to rock. We are slim pickings on t-shirts left, and we only got a few hoodies left over here. So that's a good sign as a vendor. Like yesterday was the setup day and like day 1 technically. So there's like 700-800 trucks here, some spectators or whatever. Today's the actual like show day and we're almost sold out. So that's a good thing, but also it shows me for next year that I need to bring more stuff. This was my first time vending at this event. So I keep track of shows, how much it costs, if I sell out of certain things and whatnot. So now I know at least next year I obviously need to bring a lot more stuff because I could have probably kept selling a lot more stuff today. I'm sold out of like smalls, mediums, and 3XLs pretty much. So I'm gonna bring a lot more next year, but still a good sign when you sell out of most stuff. Lesson learned, bringing more stuff. I'll save all year probably now for this show to come really heavy next show. But let's hopefully get rid of all this merch, have a good day, and get on out of here and have some safe travels home. And I appreciate you guys watching, and sub to the channel. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. If you like the behind the scenes vendor review of each show, let me know. It's something I haven't seen on YouTube before, and I wish there was videos of every show like this, like how certain people do at shows, what the setup is like, what the vendor entrance was like, the times, how they did at the show sales wise and stuff like that, because it's a gamble every show, you never really know. So I'm giving you guys an honest review of this show as a vendor. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. It was well worth the money that they charged to be a vendor here. Foot traffic was great. It's a win as a vendor for C10 Revival. So shout out to Lou and everybody, his staff and everybody that runs the show. You guys do an awesome job. It's definitely worth it. I would love to come here one year as a spectator and get to really enjoy the show, but I don't always get